What's up, Great Heartland VLBs? I hope you've been thinking about and brainstorming ideas for a community service project. Today we want to talk to you about the event number 2, an event that I think is essential to a solid youth emphasis week, and that is this, an evangelistic effort. Now, this type of evangelistic effort to me is not the same as going door to door and talking to people about Jesus, or going out on the streets and street preaching, or going to a prison to preach a message and share the gospel. This type of evangelistic effort is really one that I would consider more of a public relations type event, where you're going to get out into the community because they need to know that we're there. They need to know that our church is there. And the reason I said this before the fun day is because this evangelistic effort is going to be, first of all, inviting people to church, letting them know where we are and when we meet, and then secondly, inviting them to the fun day that you're going to plan next. You're going to plan that for later on in the week. So we've already accomplished our community service project. Now we're going to work on our evangelistic effort here midweek. Again, we have to ask ourselves these questions. Why? What's our purpose? Well, to me, that one's very simple. Jesus gave us the Great Commission in Matthew chapter 28, verse 19. He said, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I've commanded you." The very first word he says is go. To start going, if we want to teach people all things, we've got to go. We've got to let them know that we're there. One question I had for you is, if you were to take out a map and draw a circle around your church that represents a 15-minute drive or a 20-minute drive even, and look at the number of homes in that circle, how many of them know that your church exists? How many of them know where you meet when you have services? If you can't say with confidence that every single one of them know you're there, know when you meet, know that you exist, then you absolutely need to do an evangelistic effort. And I'll tell you what, every pastor is going to be fired up if his VLBs are going to be inviting people to church, passing out flyers or putting door hangers on doors, letting them know that your church is there. So that's our why, that's our purpose. We need to go, obey the Great Commission, and we also need to invite people to church. We're going to be inviting them to this fun day coming up later in the week. The second thing we need to ask is what program. Of course, that's our evangelistic effort. When and where? I would say that the when is somewhere midweek of Youth Emphasis Week, because we want to give a couple of days notice to people about our fun day that's coming up. And where are we going to go? I already said draw a circle around your church. You definitely want to touch the homes that are within that 10-minute drive, as many as you can get to during that time. Another thing you could do is put up a Facebook event for your fun day coming up. Also, you need to identify your team, who's going out with you. I highly recommend you go in pairs at least. We want to try to avoid going out by ourselves, but definitely going out in pairs, groups of 2 or 3 at the most. We don't want to be too intimidating coming up with a huge group to people's doors, but going out in pairs is always safe. That's how Jesus sent out the disciples. And of course, refer back to my planning video to give you some great questions that you could be asking. You also want to do brainstorming for this session. This type of event is going to require someone making flyers or handouts about your church. It's going to require some creativity, and it does require some planning ahead, but I know you can do it. I know you can do it, and we need you as VLBs with your energy and your passion to get out in your community and let them know that your church is there, and that when you meet and where you meet, and that you're doing things that are fun that people want to come to. So I look forward to hearing about your ideas and how you do this and how you do evangelism around your community. If you have questions, don't hesitate to call me. I've done it in many, many ways and can help you in your efforts. All right, that's all I got for this one. We'll see you next time where we talk about planning a fun day.